Hollywood, California, we present Jean Hersholt in another Dr. Christian drama called The Accident, brought to you by the Cheesebro Manufacturing Company, owners of the trademark Vaseline, and producers of Vaseline Petroleum Jelly, Vaseline Hair Tonic, and other famous Vaseline specialties. Do you remember from your physiology book the story of the boy who took the part of Cupid in the parade and whose body was covered with gold paint? The little chap died because his skin could no longer work. In a dramatic way, that illustrates how important your skin really is. It gets rid of waste material. It regulates your entire body temperature. It's your body's first line of defense against infection of many kinds. Because your skin is so important, Vaseline Jelly is one of the most important items in your entire medicine cabinet. For cuts and scratches, when you need a protective film to keep infection out. For minor burns, when you want to soothe as well as protect the skin and help nature in healing. For chapped, rough skin. For many minor skin irritations and rashes. You see, Vaseline Jelly is so wonderful for your skin because it does three things. It forms a protective film that helps to keep infection out when the skin is broken. It assists healing, and it softens and lubricates the skin by supplementing the natural oil. If you haven't a jar or a tube of Vaseline Jelly in your medicine cabinet now, get one tomorrow. Tonight's Dr. Christian drama is the story of what love meant to two women in River's End. Two women very far apart in their financial and social status, but both thoroughbreds under the skin. As the scene opens, Dr. Christian is just ready to go to the wedding anniversary dinner of ex-Governor Van Ness.
Oh, it's you, Judy.
Yes. I stopped by to make sure you were getting ready.
How do I look?
Elegant. You ought to wear a dinner jacket every night.
I'd look fine bending over a sick bed in a dinner jacket.
Your tie could be straight as all.
Leave it alone. It's perfect.
I'm awfully good at tying ties.
Go away. I'm not going to let you spoil it.
I won't spoil it.
I know that gleam in your eye. All women have it. They must forever fix things.
You don't want to go to the governor's house with a crooked tie, do you?
He's not the governor. He's the ex-governor.
Well, the ex-governor, then. Here, I can tie it in a minute. Just stand still.
Oh, I give up.
You ought to dress up more often.
Once a year's enough for me.
There. How's that? Straight, at least.
Better, I suppose.
You suppose. You know.
It was all right the way it was.
Now you look beautiful. It's a wedding anniversary, isn't it?
Yes, the 25th.
She must have been an awfully pretty bride.
She was a beauty.
And he's so good-looking now, he must have been a knockout then.
Yes.
Why do you say, yes, like that? Don't you like him?
Oh, yes, he made a fine governor.
Oh, what's the matter with him then?
He's not good enough for her, that's all.
Oh, get out. He adores her. I've never seen two people so much in love. Here, now, let me put this little teeny white flower...
No.
Snowing out. You better bundle up.
I will, and thank you, Judy, for your solicitude.
You're welcome. You look very distinguished.
Distinguished? Me? Now I know you're making fun of me.
If you don't believe me, look in the mirror.
I never look in mirrors. It's bad luck.
Here's your muffler. Don't forget that.
You're going to make a great little wife for somebody someday.
And don't take any calls tonight. The roads are solid ice.
Who's going to take calls tonight? I'm going to a party. I'm going to make whoopee.
I brought you in here to ask you something.
What is it, Carolyn?
It's about Ellen Peters. How's she getting on?
I don't think you've got a thing in the world to worry about.
I did everything I could to keep her from marrying Cliff Peters.
You couldn't stop her any more than anybody could have stopped you from marrying Charlie.
You mean you think she's really in love with that worthless fellow?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, but how can she be?
Love's a funny thing.
But every penny he makes, every penny she tries to save, he spends on drink. I feel so sorry for Ellen and for that baby.
Why, that baby is the happiest, rosiest youngster I've ever seen.
Well, when she grows up, she'll be ashamed of such a father.
Cliff is not such a bad sort.
How can you say that?
I mean, he's not a bad sort when he's not drinking.
No, but he's always drinking. I went to see Ellen once and offered to give her a job if she'd leave him.
But she wouldn't.
No.
Ellen isn't the sort to quit. To her, marriage is a contract. You're bound by it for better, for worse, for rich or for poor, in sickness or health, till death do you part.
Here, when you two cronies up to whispering in here this way.
Hello, Charlie. I was just telling Carolyn that was one of the best dinners I've ever sat down to.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed looking at you, Carolyn.
Oh.
You're one of the women who grow lovelier every year.
She certainly is. That's why I married her. Because she was the prettiest girl in 5 counties.
Why did you marry him, Carolyn? No, you needn't answer. I know. You wanted to help him. You felt he needed you.
Well, I never felt anything of the kind. Charlie was bound to go places whether I married him or not.
Here.
Get out. He's needed you every step of the way. That long march to the capital. Isn't that right, Charlie?
Of course it is. Her father's money paid for my campaign.
Oh, I didn't mean in dollars and cents.
Well, dollars and cents are what count, Doctor.
I mean she stood at your side through every crisis.
That's right. She stood beside me for 25 long years. Haven't you, Carrie? Oh, well, honey, the first 25 years are the hardest.
Are they?
Sure are. Now, come on, you two. Carrie's got to go back to her guests.
Beg your pardon, Governor. But you'll want it on the telephone.
Oh, all right. I'll take it in the library.
Yes.
Excuse me a moment, will you?
Still think he's the handsomest boy in 5 counties, Carolyn?
Well, he is, isn't he?
Carolyn, you give me back my faith in marriage. You made such a smashing success of it.
Maybe we'd better join the others.
I'm glad you didn't come here for your 25th anniversary. I'll never forget it.
Well, I see you're still here.
We were just leaving.
Who called out?
Oh, Brandon, I've got to go out.
Oh, go out? Tonight? Oh, Charlie, you can't. You can't possibly.
Is anything I can do for you?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, what is it?
It's that meeting the town council have been threatening to hold on that Dayton tax evasion matter.
Oh, but they don't have to meet tonight, sure.
Well, that's what I said, but they've uncovered some new facts, and Dayton's called a meeting. So...
Oh, but didn't you tell them we were entertaining? Didn't you say you couldn't go?
It's no use. I'm chairman. I've got to be there.
Oh, but
No, darling. I won't be long. I'll be back before you know it. Just carry on for a little while without me.
All right, dear, if you must go.
Spoken like a governor's wife.
Or a doctor's wife.
I'll go to the door with you. Have you got the car?
Oh, I'm not taking the big one, just my little one. I can run down there faster by myself.
Oh, but not too fast, dear. It's so slippery out.
Yes, it's a terrible night.
Now, here's your muffler, Charlie. Put it on. Put it
Oh,
on.
you...
Well, you're all alike. Judy O'Grady or the governor's lady. Your sister's under the skin.
Yes, now fasten your overcoat up around your throat.
All right, dear, all right. I won't be long.
Look at that snow coming down. Some of these early snowstorms are sometimes the hardest.
Yes.
Come away from the window, Carolyn. He's gone.
Amazing. Come on.
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, so he did. Hello? Who? Oh, it's for you, Doctor.
For me? Thank you. Hello? Yes? Oh, hello, Steve. What's the trouble? Molly? Oh, what's wrong with her? Oh, I see. Well, what have you done so far? Yes, I know that. All right, I'll be right up. Tell Laura not to worry. I'm leaving now. Kincaid baby's pretty sick.
The Kincaid? You mean on the mountain road? You can't get up there. It's like glass on that hill.
I've gone up worse hills. At least the Kincaids live near the bottom of it.
Well, what's the matter with it?
Croup, I think. Let me see. I'm sure my coat isn't that close to it over there, is it? Yeah, there it is.
Oh, well, Doctor, do you have to go?
Yes, I have to go. Thank you for a lovely evening, Carolyn. And tell Charlie when he gets back that he's a lucky man.
She ain't gonna die, is she, Doctor?
Who, Molly? I should say not. She lived to a ripe old age.
You hear that, Laura? You got nothing to worry about.
But it scared me so when she turned blue.
They all turn blue with a croup, but they don't die.
We sure appreciate your coming way out here on a night like this, Doctor.
Well, that's my business.
But, Doctor, what if she gets took bad again in the night?
I wouldn't leave her, Mrs. Kincaid, if I thought she was in any danger. You keep that croup kettle going, and she'll be much better by morning.
Oh. Steve will light you out. I don't want to leave Molly alone.
All right.
You got to excuse her, Doctor. She takes sickness all hard.
Oh, of course she does. She's a mother.
I felt bad calling you up at the governor's house tonight.
what I'm here for, Steve. To be called whenever you need me.
Well, seems like you ought to have a night off now and then.
Well, I did have a night off. I finished dinner. That's more than I usually do.
I guess we keep you hopping at River's End.
Yeah, you keep me hopping. I was over here to see Jake Daniels the other night. He was laid up with a bad back.
Oh, he's okay now. So I'm going to work tonight, same as usual.
Tonight?
That's right. He's got a good job now as night watchman over at the glassworks.
Well, that's fine. I'm glad to hear it.
His wife, Anna, she got it for him. She went to Governor Van Ness and asked him did he know of any jobs for Jake.
She went to Governor Van Ness?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sure. She used to work for the governor before she married Jake, worked in his office. The governor, he's awful good about getting jobs for folks he knows.
Got a lantern, Steve?
Sure, right here. I'll hold it up so you can see. Look out for that top step. It's slippery.
Look at my car, all snowed under. That shows how long I've been in here.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, look up there, will you? There's a car coming down the mountain. Coming lickety-split, too.
A fool could drive like that.
Well, he's coming fast.
Too fast. He can't make that turn.
Hey, look out for that turn. Look out! Look out!
Steve, what's that? What happened?
A car hit the big tree, smashed to pieces.
Here, give me that lantern.
I got it.
Man, it must be insane to drive like that.
On a night like this.
Hold that lantern up, Steve. I can't see a thing.
Okay.
Who is it? Oh, look at that car. There's nothing left of it.
He slumped over the wheel.
Look, there's blood on his forehead.
Tip his head back so we can see.
Yeah.
My God. It's Charlie Van Ness.
The governor? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's him, all right. Looks like he's done for.
Well, see if we can lift him up between us, Steve. Here, Laura, hold his light.
I think we can pull him through the window. Wait, now if I can just get a good grip on him. If only he wasn't wedged in the back of that wheel. Hey, move out of the way, will you, till I brace myself? I got him now.
Here, wait, let me help you.
Okay. We came up the house.
Go ahead, Laura. He may be alive. Get hot water. And get blankets. Hurry.
Yes, Doctor.
It's lucky it's only a step. He's a big man.
Sure is.
Look out now. Don't slip.
Can't help but slip on this ice.
That's right, Laura. Keep the door open.
Now, you got a good hold on it?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Now, lay him on the sofa.
He's dead, ain't he?
Yes. He's dead.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, poor Mrs. Van Ness. Ain't that terrible?
Somebody'll have to go tell her.
Oh, the poor soul. She'll take it awful hard. They was bound up in each other. Nobody ever saw the two of them apart.
Yes, he'll take it hard.
Think of the governor laying dead in my house.
Say, I wonder what he was doing up on the mountain road tonight.
Will you ask Mrs. Van Ness to come to the library? Tell her Dr. Christian wants to speak to her.
Yes, sir.
Ask her to come alone, please.
Yes.
Well, Doctor, I guess maybe I better wait in the hall while you break the news.
No, stay here. You were a witness to the accident.
I thought I was pretty tough, but standing by while you tell her that her husband...
Well, Dr. Christian, you've come back. I'm so glad.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm Steve Kincaid.
Kincaid? Oh, yes, you were going up to that house, weren't you? What is it?
It's about Charles. He's met with an accident.
An accident?
Yes.
Is it badly hurt?
Yes.
Oh. Is he out there?
No, ma'am, we didn't move him. He's up at our house.
At your house?
Yes, ma'am. We carried him in thinking that he might...
You needn't tell me. I know. He's dead.
Yes. He was killed instantly. He didn't suffer any pain. It was all over in a minute.
Charlie.
It happened so quickly, he never knew what struck him.
That's a bad road even on a good night, but on a night like this... Could you tell me, ma'am, what he was doing on the mountain road tonight?
The mountain road? Did you say the mountain road?
Yes, ma'am. You see, our place is at the foot of it, and He was coming down that road when his car got to skidding and smashed into a tree.
That'll do, Steve. You wait for me outside.
Yes, Doctor. Well, Miss Van Ness, ma'am, me and my wife, we sure feel for you.
Thank you.
I'll be waiting outside, Doctor.
I'd rather have cut off my right hand than with this noose.
Yes, I know. Charlie,
I know just how you feel, darling. I only wish I could have spared you.
no. You don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody.
Sit down, darling.
Dead. He's dead. At last.
What did you say?
I said it was last. It's over.
You don't know what you're saying.
Yes, I know what I'm saying. I'm saying it to you because no one else has ever known. It's my secret. And now you shall. Dr. Christian, my life with him has been a horror.
Carolyn, you don't mean this. You can't mean
Yes, I mean
this.
every word of it. I'm glad he's gone. It's dreadful. It's possible. Say it, but I'm glad. That man who came here, he asked me what Charlie was doing on the mountain road tonight. I could have told him. I could have told him all about it. He'd gone to see that Daniels girl. He used to work in his office. They came here once. To my husband. To thank Charlie for the job he got for her husband as a night watchman. Before your fellow actually thanked him.
You mean that Charlie... Oh, no.
Oh, yes, he was always. He loved him, too. He loved his street. I can see him now driving up that road tonight. Tonight, on our wedding anniversary.
Oh, maybe you're wrong.
No, I'm right. That's not the first time he deceived me, or the second. He's done it over and over, but because he was my husband, I never gave him away. I never let anyone know what my life seemed. I wouldn't let you know except that. And now that the barriers are down, the floodgates are open, and I can't stop talking about it.
There.
As long as he lived, I shielded him from everything. I even shielded him from the fact that I knew he was so proud of himself for fooling me that I pretended to be fooled. But I don't have to pretend anymore. I'm free.
We have a few moments intermission now, during which we want you to hear what this lady has to say.
I think that nothing counts more towards a man's appearance than a good-looking head of well-groomed hair. I'd certainly hate to see my husband lose his. That's why I was so concerned when he began to have trouble with it. Nothing he did for it seemed to do any good until one day I brought home a bottle of Vaseline hair tonic. He used it regularly as directed, massaging his scalp well with it before each shampoo and brushing on a few drops every morning. In a surprisingly short time, his hair showed remarkable improvement. The excess shedding stopped. There were no more white flakes on his coat collar, and his hair somehow had a healthier look. We certainly are rooters for Vaseline hair tonic.
If you have trouble with your hair, try Vaseline Hair Tonic. It supplements the natural oils of the scalp and helps to prevent and overcome excessive dryness. For Vaseline Hair Tonic contains no alcohol and absolutely has no drying effect. It comes in 2 sizes of shaker top bottles at 40 and 70 cents at any drugstore. We return you now to River's End. After breaking the news to Carolyn Van Ness that her husband Charles, ex-governor of the state, had been killed in an accident on the Back Mountain Road, Dr. Christian returned to the scene with Steve Kincaid. The snow is still coming down hard as they near the fatal bend in the road.
Hey, Doctor. Dr. Christian, look over there, quick.
What's the matter, Steve?
Look over there. Look at that. There in the snow right ahead of you. It's a man.
It's Cliff Peters. He's dead.
I first seen him when you swung around just now and your lights hit him, laying there like that.
I wonder what happened to him.
But can't you see? That's what ditched the governor's car. Cliff must have been crossing the road just as the governor came along. And it was trying to miss hitting Cliff that made him jam on the brakes and skid.
Only he didn't miss it.
Not by a darn sight. I bet Cliff was just starting home after filling up on the Polack's moonshine. And 10 to 1, he crossed the road right smack in front of the governor's car. Gee, can you think of that no-account drunk causing a great man like Governor Van Ness to get himself killed?
You carry him up to your barn and then we'll drive around and tell his wife.
Okay. Gee, Ellen ought to be glad he's gone. He never caused her nothing but misery since the day she married him. She ought to thank her lucky stars she don't have to sit up no more nights waiting for him to come home.
Who's that?
It's Steve Kincaid, Ellen.
Oh, is Cliff with you?
No, he's up at our place.
Is he? Gee, I'm glad of that. I got to worrying about him. It's such a fierce night out. Oh, Dr. Christian, I didn't see you.
Hello, Ellen.
Oh, come in, won't you? Somebody sick on the mountain?
My kid's got the croup.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe I can run down tomorrow and help Laura take care of her.
No, she's all right.
Gee, I wish the baby was awake for you to see her, Dr. Christian. She's grown so pretty. She looks just like her. Gee, Steve, it's awful that he would come round and tell me Cliff's up at your place. I've been standing at the window for hours. I just never can go to bed till he comes.
Well, you see, Ellen...
Well, what made him stop at your place, Steve? Was he bad? He said he was only going as far as the Coopers, but I knew he was making a beeline for the Polar.
Ellen, I'm afraid we've got bad news for you.
Bad news? You two come to tell me something, didn't you? You come to tell me something.
You've got to be brave, Ellen.
You see, Cliff was going down our road when a car come along.
A car? Oh, dear God.
Yes.
Hey, you mean he... Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Where is he? Where's he got him?
He's up in our barn.
Oh, I'll come with you right away.
Maybe you'd not better go up there tonight, Ellen.
Oh, but I got the doctor. Don't you see? I can't leave him laying there in the barn. Suppose he was cold. Suppose he wasn't. Wasn't.
He's gone, Ellen. Nothing can bring him back to life.
Yes, but maybe he ain't there. Don't you see? I gotta be sure.
All right. Get ready.
I won't take long. All I gotta do is dress the baby and I'll put on a coat or something.
You better bundle up good. It's a mighty cold night to take a baby, huh?
Well, I'd leave her here, only I'm scared to.
Well, I'll stay here and look after her while you go to our place with Dr. Christian.
Oh, Steve, would you?
I sure will.
Well, all right, I'm ready.
So am I. There's a blanket. Tuck it around your knees.
I'm all right.
It's pretty hard to see with the snow freezing on the windshield.
Yeah. Dr. Christian.
Yes, Ellen.
I want to tell you about Cliff.
Yes, you tell me all about it.
He's not like you think he was. He's not just a no good.
I never said he was.
Well, that's what folks around here think. Because they never knew Cliff like I knew. He was a wonderful man, Dr. Christian. He was so good to me and the baby.
Was he, Ellen?
Yeah, all the time. And he was so proud of us both, too. He was always rumpling my hair and saying, "Gee, curly head, where'd you ever get that, Ma?" We had such a lot of fun together. We used to go dancing in the summer over at the pavilion. Boy, how he could dance. They'd all stop and look at us, stand around the ring and watch Cliff and me. And then he'd say, "Curly head, we ought to go on the stage, you and I. We're good." Just kidding like that. He was always kidding.
What else did he say?
But when the baby was born, he stayed in the hospital till they let him nothing sooner. And when they did, what do you think he said?
I can't imagine.
He said, "How do you feel, honey? You're the one that counts with me, not your daughter."
He had a hard time getting work, didn't he?
Yeah. And when he'd get a job, would he save his money? Not him. He'd blow it in on a present for me. One time he brought me home something from my hand. It's called rosemary almond cream. It smelled like wine. He was always bringing me home things. Perfume, picture records, rhinestone boxes, a baby, running suit for the baby.
I never thought of himself. Never. Only love.
Here we are at the barn, Ellen.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going in alone, Dr. Christian. I'd like to, if you don't mind.
No, Ellen. It's right you should go to him alone.
I ain't scared. That's not him to me. That's just somebody that looks like him, but it's not him. He's the fellow I went dancing with at the pavilion. That's my Cliff. There's nobody like him. There won't ever be anybody like him. It's something to have got married to a man like him. Ain't it, Dr. Christian?
Yes, Ellen. It's everything.
You have just heard Jean Hersholt in another of his Dr. Christian stories. He'll be back again in a moment to tell us about next week's story. Few articles in the average household are more widely useful, more valuable to humanity than the little 10-cent jar of Vaseline jelly. For baby's chafed skin, for the cuts and burns and scratches that are part of the everyday of active boys and girls, for chapped, work-roughened hands and tired feet, there's a wealth of comfort and relief in a jar of soothing Vaseline jelly. It is reliable. It is absolutely safe to use. Made by a special scientific process, it is sterilized and refined until it is so pure you can eat it. So, for your protection when you buy, insist upon the trademark Vaseline. It is on every one of our products, whether you buy the plain Vaseline jelly or any of the specialties for which it forms a base. Vaseline carbolated jelly, Vaseline borated jelly, Vaseline camphor ice, and Vaseline lip ice. Now we want you to meet the artists in tonight's drama. Lovely Rosemary DeCamp played Judy Price, the doctor's secretary, as usual. Lou Merrill was Charles Van Ness, ex-governor. Myra Marsh was Carolyn Van Ness, his wife. Joe Kearns played Steve Kincaid. Inez Seabury played Laura Kincaid, his wife. And Gloria Holden was Ellen Peters, who loved the worthless Cliff so much. And now here is our star, Jean Hersholt, as Dr. Christian. Dr. Christian, your story tonight was a surprise, to say the least. You never know about the other fella, do you?
No, and I think the longer you live, the less you can tell in this world. I suppose everybody in Riversend thought the governor and his wife were an ideal couple, and that those who thought about Ellen Pickles pitied her for being married to a man like Cliff. But hers was the real, the glowing romance. No, you can't tell. Love is a funny thing.
Well, what happens next week in Riversend, Dr. Christian?
Next week is Thanksgiving week, and we plan to lay the cornerstone for our new hospital. I'll tell you all about it next Tuesday night. Until then, I'll say good night.
Be sure to listen to Dr. Christian's story, The Cornerstone, next Tuesday night at this same hour. Jean Hersholt, our star, who plays the role of Dr. Christian in this series, appears on this program through the courtesy of 20th Century Fox. Don't fail to see him on the screen in the new Quintuplets picture, 5 of a Kind. Included on tonight's program was the selection, At Long Last Love, from the show You Never Know. Your announcer, Arthur Gilmore. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.